Hello, welcome to PC Guys Off-Grid-Cabin's live stream. Coming to you live from PC Guys Satcom 1. So how is everyone doing tonight? We're hoping you have had a fantastic weekend. We did not go to the cabin this weekend. Things happen, man. You know how that goes. Right now, we're kind of in a mode of sitting on our money a little bit. We're not doing a whole lot cabin-wise until this land sale goes through. And welcome to the chat there, Max. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And on these Sunday night free-for-alls, it's kind of just whatever comes up we talk about. Tonight, I had a few things I was going to go over. One of which is we're trying to sell an acre of land. And one of the things that I have found out with regards to buying and selling land, nothing happens quickly on those. There's always, the devil's always in the details. Even if you've got a agreement in place, just to give you an example, when we bought the land that the cabin's on right now, even though we had a basic agreement pretty much within days of talking with the former owner, it still was about 3 months before we actually signed the paperwork and closed on it. Because like I said, the devil's in the details here. And the former owner actually had a few things he was trying to hide from us. He wanted to just take and go down to the courthouse and fill out paperwork and so on. We're like, no, we're not doing all that. And then come to find out the title wasn't exactly correct on everything, and he was trying to duck some. He had a civil court judgment against him. I don't know if you've ever dealt with those type of things, but what happens is when you get a civil court judgment against you, they're trying to put a lien on your property, and then well, when you sell that property, they got their hand out waiting to take that money. And so the guy owed a little bit, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to duck paying that. Excuse me, I'm getting a drink here. But he was trying to duck getting. Trying to get out of paying that. I think it was like $600. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but he still didn't want to pay it unless he just had to. Never did find out exactly why he had that judgment against him. I just saw it in all the paperwork, but it could have been for anything there. But oh well. The most important thing is we finally got it done. Well, now, even though this fellow that we're trying to sell this, we're only trying to sell 1 acre to him, but we've had problems with the surveyors, and we've had problems with the county. According to the surveyors, they took and said something along the lines of they couldn't get the proper plats, so they from the county, and then it was just a big. It's been a big mess. And so from last I heard, now they say that they've got the proper plats, but I still haven't seen any results yet. So we'll see how that goes. Hurricanes. We've got
2 of them.
2 of them, yeah. I mean, it's completely unprecedented to have Has it even?
Two of them in the Gulf at the
Yeah,
same
is
time.
has that ever even happened to record it? I've heard it has, and I've heard it hadn't.
I've heard it hadn't. I've heard it hasn't happened since 1933.
I don't know, but that was something we were looking real hot and heavy about. And the latest storm tracks that we're seeing from Marco is that it's going to come up right on the Texas-Louisiana border and then make a left-hand turn and go right across where the cabin is. You know, it should be weakened down enough that it shouldn't cause any significant damage. I mean, we may have a few trees blow down, or won't be like the last major storm that we had go through there. You know, our springtime F3 tornado dropped down. Well, actually, it formed just a short distance from where the cabin is, and then it picked up in intensity and it hit on Alaska, Texas, and boy, it tore that place up. But if you hadn't seen the video where the solar array got trashed from softball-sized hailstones, that was costly. It wiped out 3 solar panels in that one. I made a mess.
Yeah.
We spent several weekends up there just straightening up, and we still actually have a couple of trees on the ground from that we still haven't gotten around to cutting up and doing something with.
It's really too hot right now. We're kind of waiting for, a couple of months for, maybe September or October till maybe some of the heat.
Yeah, and that's something too, I've said this before that, we're not exactly spring chickens here, okay? I used to hang out down there at the Water Buffalo Rock Lodge with Fred Flintstone until he caught me trying to fool with Wilma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Wilma was hot back in the day. So was Betty. I'm being funny. Hey, sick and you will get your dose of sick and twisted humor on this channel every once in a while.
Yep.
Hey, it doesn't cost you anything either. That's the great thing about it.
But yeah, the heat and everything gets to you. Even around here, if you don't get your work done by 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you might as well hang it up.
Yeah,
because
pretty much.
It's just too hot to do anything right now.
Well, I had to go out a little earlier and do a little bit of work on my pickup, and man, I wasn't out there about 30 minutes, and I just had sweat just dripping off of me. Nothing major. I'm having a issue with the proper grounding on the battery, and I wound up just putting a whole nother battery cable on it because I got tired of it. You go out there, turn the key, and it goes click, and don't want to crank because it's not making good connection. So I just said screw it, and I put a whole nother battery cable and terminal and the whole 9 yards on it. Maybe that may also take and solve a couple of other problems that have been cropping up with it. Every once in a great while, I got a problem with my turn signals. It's only on the left-hand side, but it acts just like, it blinks real fast, like something along the lines of like you got a bulb burnout, and then you go checking the bulbs, you don't have bulb burnout. And then next time you turn the blinker on, it blinks normal. So I'm thinking that's a ground issue.
James Vincent wants to know how fast does it blink, and Mike. Hey,
Uh,
Mike.
hey,
Nice Dallas Cowgirl shirt.
we're gonna have to take and put you on mute for a little bit there, Mike. Um, I know for those that don't know, I know me and Mike have known each other for years, but he wants to be a smarty pants this evening. James, it blinks about double the normal speed when it takes and does that. It like I say, it acts just like it does if there was a bulb burnout, and then you go back and check, and no, there's not a bulb burnout. I think it's just it's grounding issues. If now that I've put this new my primary ground on to the battery on there, and we'll see if it happens again, and if not, then we may have to go back and go to checking ground connections.
Let's see, tank. Where can I order those specs? Hot dog.
Huh?
Put some. Mike says put some blinker fluid.
Yeah, Mike. Sure. I'll get right on that.
Well, hey, I'm about to move in with a friend of mine, and the backyard needs clearing. You got any good tips and tools for making the process as painless as possible?
Make the friend do it. Hey, that works for me. Make your friend do all the
work. Vincent James goes LOL. No,
other than just get after it. That's it. Just get after it and make it happen.
Yeah.
Backyard cleaning, man. That could entail a lot. What are we talking about here? I mean, we're talking about just some weeds growed up, or are we talking about
trees?
Trees? What are we talking about here? I mean, get your push more out, get your clippers, and if you need a chainsaw, I mean, you just have to go out and knock it out. Believe me, if you go back and see what the area around the cabin looks like when we first started versus now, I mean, it's night and day difference. But it ain't gonna happen overnight. How long have we had the place now? What, close to 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a work in progress, and there's always something to do. That's it. If I left here right now, went up to the cabin and stayed there for the next 2 solid weeks, I still wouldn't have a dent made in it.
Let's see, Max says sometimes the bulb socket contacts will flatten out a little and cause all kinds of problems. I've taken a small pick and pried them out a little to tighten the connection before, and it helped.
That's possible. I mean, it's worth taking a look at, Max. Absolutely. We're also talking about a 20-year-old truck too. So, I have seen it where those type of plugs, they'll actually melt from just age and not having good connections sometimes. I'm trying to think which vehicle it was we wound up having to put a new plug on. Might have been your van.
I don't remember.
That's the thing. You think about something like that, and then you realize that, hey, you get old and you can't remember. I got my hair cut a while ago. Mrs. PC guy broke out the clippers.
He wanted me to shave him bald, but I wouldn't let him.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Then she took and said that my back looked like Chewbacca. She took the clippers and went and run it down my back. She kicked up a rabbit.
Uh-huh.
Your son is not
Yeah,
happy.
if y'all heard that bark, we kind of locked our four-legged son up in the bedroom so he wouldn't be making a lot of noise walking around on the floor. And he just let us know he's not happy.
No, he did. It's her dog.
Our dog.
No, it's her dog. Who just happens to occasionally let me pet him and love on him, but that's her dog. To my rabbits, we actually have got something that we're gonna start messing around with in the near future. Dutch ovens, and what made me think of it was that I had looked up a recipe or two for rabbit stew, because we have rabbits always around the cabin, and so you never can tell. We may take see one and decide to put him in the pot. And if
it's just as long as you do it.
Oh, well, I figured as much. Naturally, I'm going to have to get him in the from in the freezer camp. I don't even want him to go to freezer camp. He'll just go straight from hopping around the yard into the pot.
Charlie.
May have to go let him out because he is not happy right now.
Yeah, he did it.
No, you did it. Oh, that's right. I did do it.
You're the one that locked him in the bedroom.
As long as you behave yourself and don't come here causing problems, you'll be all right.
Come on.
Told you it was her dog.
You gotta turn around. Say hi, everybody.
That be Mr. Charlie.
Say hi, everybody.
He's not he's not a young dog anymore. How old is he now? About 14 years old?
Well, he was 4. We've had him for almost, he's closer to 15.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, there goes the dog kiss. The viewers may have to remember his name because we may use that one at some point for a little trivial contest. Mr. Rotten. Actually, we're planning in the near future doing another one of these live streams where we're going to dedicate that pretty much to dogs and dog behavior. I mean, if the viewers are interested in that one, because that in itself can take a full episode. Excuse you. You have a dog.
I have a dog.
You do.
Who has a sticker in his ear.
Oh, I thought you were going to get the sticker out.
Yeah, I'll get it out tomorrow. Okay, go lay down. Your claws hurt.
Getting back to the subject at hand, though, we got that ADHD thing going there. Just jump from subject to subject. That's not what I intended to do. Dutch ovens is something I've been learning about here lately. We've used them a little bit. I came across something today I really want to try, and peach cobbler made in a Dutch oven.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And cooked over an open fire. That, like I said, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I've never done it before, so if we do it, then we're just going to learn together on that one. But I want to try that. Maybe some beef stew. Maybe a pot roast. That pot roast sounds good. Mm-hmm. Dutch oven, the technology behind a Dutch oven has been around for hundreds of years. And it's because it works. That's the thing, it works. A barbecue stream with them and your friends, it's not a bad idea.
We love to hang out with you guys.
Well, yeah, hey, where you hail from there, James? Because we're in East Texas.
Mississippi.
Oh.
Well, I'm from Mississippi, but I'm right now in California. I spent 2 years in Katy.
Well, hey, we're not far from Katy right now. Because, matter of fact, I was just out in Katy a few days ago. We shot a video the other day, and I was kind of debating on whether to even upload it or not, to be honest with you. There's a fellow that has a business out in Katy that I went out there and did a delivery for him the other day. He makes a product. It's in a number of stores. What's it called? Grub Rub?
Grub Rub.
Yeah, Grub Rub.
GRUB. Grub.
Yeah, Grub Rub. Yeah, so I actually went out and so I know the owner of the place because I've talked with him several times, and so he gave me a bottle of his Grub Rub that they manufacture out there, and said, "Hey, just give it a try." And it's okay. We'll try it out and see how it goes. So last time we was at the cabin, we took some chicken breast up there, and we said, okay, we'll try out chicken breast on it. And did it do what they say it will do on the bottle? Yeah, it kind of made a glaze on the meat and everything.
He goes, the people in Katy are good people, and he loves local spices and sauces.
Yeah. But the only thing that with that was it was just okay. It wasn't one of those. I guess you could say it lacked the wow factor. Okay. That was the thing. It just really lacked the wow factor. And I was kind of expecting more out of it. Was it good? It was, like I said, it was just okay. And that was, I just was expecting more of a wow out of it.
Well, it's because you tried to, when you got it, you put a little on your finger, and you liked the way it tasted dry.
Yeah, I liked the way it tasted dry. In fact, it was kind of sweet.
But once you cook it and everything, what it did, it made it kind of like its own marinade,
mm-hmm.
and what it did, it put kind of a glaze over the chicken. I liked it. I mean,
no, don't get me wrong. I didn't say I disliked it, but at the same time, it just really didn't have that wow factor to it. And I'm kind of particular about my spices anyway. Something we've been using on chicken is have y'all ever heard of Special Shit seasonings? Well, they have, that's actually their website, Special Shit Seasonings. You can Google it and find it. But they make a seasoning pretty much for everything. Beef, chicken, more of a generalized type. Why? Walk over and get the bottle. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying, Vince. Special shit. That's the name of it. But they have, for beef, they have bullshit. For chicken, they have chicken shit. And if you're on a no sodium type diet, they have something they call no shit. Well, here, yeah, and good shit too, Mike. Uh, I'll tell you how I do chicken, and James, and what my secrets are. Use a temperature probe when when it gets to 165 degrees, get it off the pit, because that's the temperature that you need to make sure that you don't get salmonella. The other thing is, forget what other people tell you about cooking meat in general. People want to take and cook poultry products at too high a temperature. 350, 375. People want to cook their poultry products like that. And that's the wrong way to do it. Drop the temperature down. It takes longer. Cook it at about 250 degrees. If you can maintain 250 degrees, use a temperature probe, and when that thing gets to 165 in the middle, get it off the heat. That what happens with poultry is when you go in those higher temperatures, the outside gets overdone, then it dries it out, and then the middle's still raw. And you don't want that. That makes for some crappy chicken.
Well, doesn't increasing the cook time increase the amount that the juices evaporate?
Not really. Especially when you use something like a glaze or something on it.
Or does the high heat cause more loss of juices?
I think the high heat just takes and dries it out, and
cooks too fast.
And it cooks too fast on the outside. And that's where you get your drying out effect is overcooking.
Believe me, I've done several.
My ex-mother-in-law, she was my ex-in-laws, they were German immigrants. Okay, and I mean, when I say German immigrants, they were in the Hitler Youth when they were kids. Okay, that's how German immigrant they were. But they, bless their hearts, they tried to take and embrace American traditions, and one of them was Thanksgiving dinner, and that woman couldn't cook a turkey to save her life. I mean, tough as shoe leather, dry. I mean, it was just bad. And when it starts getting close to Thanksgiving, I'm going to take and break out the tools and stuff. I'm going to take and smoke a turkey on the smoker pit. Yes, I actually do that, and I can make it taste right too, and not be a dry turkey. So we're going to do that one. Get closer to Thanksgiving, just to take and demo that one. And I mean, I don't want to turn this channel into a cooking channel. Okay, there's plenty of cooking channels out there, but we will dabble in those type of things every once in a while. Yeah,
This is John
Uh,
says, never cook a turkey the way it just seems like a normally dry meat.
well, I will tell you the secret, some of the secrets of cooking my high cooked turkeys. Okay, the day before you cook it, preferably about 24 hours. What I do is I brine the turkey. Get a big old ice chest. Empty out all the contents, the giblets, and all that out of the inside of the bird, and take an ice chest. Put about a gallon of water in it, and then you're going to dump a gallon of apple cider vinegar and about a half a box of
Excuse me.
a half a box of kosher salt in there. Mix it up real good. Put that turkey in there upside down so the breasts are downward. Then what you're going to do is take 2 bags of ice, break one bag open, ice, and put ice around it. And then you'll take a second bag and put it right on top of that turkey. Leave the ice in the bag. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to hold that turkey down under the water. You let it sit there about 24 hours like that. And that turkey will sit there and actually absorb that mixture of kosher salt and apple cider vinegar, and that'll hydrate the inside of the turkey. And then you take. Now you can do this regardless of whether you're going to smoke it on a pit or deep fry it. I've never been a fan of deep fry myself, or put it in a regular oven. Either way, you can still brine the turkey like that.
So you need the salt and vinegar to settle inside the turkey and then surround the turkey in ice.
Well, you're soaking the turkey in that mixture. Of course, it's got to sit in there for at least 18 to 24 hours. So you got to keep the turkey cold. That's what the ice is for.
Basically, you're marinating it for just like you would marinate a chicken, or you would marinate. You
can marinate any kind of poultry product that way, whether it's chicken, turkey, duck, a guinea, goose, whatever the case may be. But we've done chicken that way before. But most time if I'm gonna go through that much trouble, it's gonna be a big old turkey. But again, it goes back to the same thing I was saying earlier about chicken. Okay, just take and cook it slow. Everybody wants to turn that heat up on them turkeys, and if you turn that heat up to 350, 375, guess what? You're gonna dry it out. Pretty much, James. But you have to get it cooked thoroughly, okay? And that's why you want to slow that temperature down so that you don't have your outside overdone and the inside still raw. And people do that all the time. And it's also a good way to make yourself sick, because you sit there and people. I don't know why people do this. I mean, I guess they don't know any better, but they got some of these different chains, put those little things in there that pop out supposedly when the bird's done. And that's a good way to get yourself sick. That is not a good way of determining whether a bird's done or not. I may tell you it is, but the temperature probe is, you got to use a temperature probe.
Yeah, meat thermometer.
Old-fashioned meat thermometer is the best way to do it. I mean, or they have the electric ones where you can just put the probe in there, and you can put the monitor outside of the oven or the pit or whatever. Those work. I used to have one. It finally quit working.
Vincent says, right, hey, well, I don't mean to turn this into a cooking recipe stream, but that's some good advice, and I really do appreciate it.
Well,
Truly.
that's the whole point of this being free for all. We could, when it's a free for all, you can turn it into whatever comes up. And that's why we call it a free for all. The last free for all I did turned into an hour segment about truck driving.
Yep.
So you never know where these free for alls are going to go.
He goes, and right now it's chicken.
Yeah. The last one was truck driving stories, and this was chicken.
Hey, it works.
Hey, we have a lot of fun with these free for alls.
At least it's entertaining and education. We try.
Max, that's exactly what we try to do with this channel, and that's the most important thing, is that we try to make it educational and entertaining too. I was telling Carolyn a while back that when you do a YouTube channel like this, you're part entertainer. And you can have the most informative educational channel, but if people aren't entertained, they're not going to come back, and they're not going to continue to watch. So we try to mix a little bit of humor in it, make it entertaining, make it interesting,
real.
That's it. We always want to keep things real, and I see so many YouTube channels that I sit there and I look at it. I'm like, you are so full of crap. You're sitting there, you're blowing hot air up somebody's rear end with all that. Max, I would say probably half of it is. I mean, I know several YouTube channels that are very real, but I know some that are absolute hoodwinkers.
James goes, you guys are crushing it. I watched the land clearing video where you spoke about hydration and tools, and it's hilarious. And then he goes, watch out for them holes.
Oh yeah. Did you see if you saw the one where I was cutting a tree down and got back here and I thought that tree was suited to come down. I took off, and what it did, I caught my foot on them vines back there. Over I went. And she's over high. Are you all right? I'm like, yeah. I was worried about that one because where I fell at, there was a bunch of poison ivy around. I thought I was going to come up covered in it.
That sounds amazing to watch.
And when we do stuff like that, it happens, but we're not gonna edit that out. We do very little editing on our channel because we do want we want you to see us the way we are, and we're not gonna sit here and try to blow a bunch of hot air up your rear end and try to act like everything's works perfectly and it's all peaches and cream. And yeah, absolutely, it shows you're human. Well, that's it. I mean, that's what we try to do. We absolutely try to strive to be as real as possible. And sometimes that can be very entertaining, and sometimes it can be like, yeah, I can take it or leave it. Barring any more disasters, we're going to see where these hurricanes go. We should be back up at the cabin next weekend. We have, and that's part of keeping things real too, because not only, we had the storms to contend with, but everything that's happened with COVID and all that. At times, man, it's been kind of tough because, it's affecting business. Mm-hmm. And right now it seems like on average I work about 4 days a week. And that's, after a while, that kind of starts stinging in the pocketbook. And that was one of the reasons we didn't go to the cabin today, is because I just wanted to kind of sit on my money a little bit.
James said, I heard about that, but isn't the hurricane going to hit further towards southwest Mississippi?
I
East
think
Texas going to be all right. They're supposed to both hit Louisiana. Right now, Marco is the one that's going to hit first, and they're predicting it to hit Louisiana and then curve on up into East Texas, like he said earlier, right over
one of them is
where our property is right now. Then we've got Laura, who is still out over the Dominican Republic, but she's an iffy right now on where she's going because she keeps shifting. So they don't know where Laura's going to hit.
The last report I saw was that Marco was going to probably hit Category 1 status, which is a minimal hurricane. But by the time it goes inland, and it should be no more than just a big rain event around the cabin out of Marco.
Welcome, TNT Racing.
Oh, hello. Welcome to our Sunday night free-for-all. Oh, yeah. Category 1, as bad as Hurricane Ike was, of course, where I was living at the time when Ike hit was on the north end of Harris County. We were living in a travel trailer at the time. Well, that was before me and her got together. It was me and my teenage son at the time. And that was fun. Because of course, power went out. We had a laptop computer, and I had a little small inverter, and we had just enough we could power up the DSL modem and keep power to that laptop, and we never lost internet connection the whole time during Ike. And man, that was fun. Feeling that trailer sit there, start doing this with you. My God, that was a good one. Yeah, a one's not too bad. Unless you're, what was Ike when it hit this far in? I want to say Ike was at 3.
Ike was a few years back. Our last one we had, which was Harvey, which was just a few years ago.
Yeah, Harvey. As far as Harvey,
the thing with Harvey, he parked.
Yeah.
Parked right over basically East and West Texas.
Well, Harvey did a lot like Tropical Storm Allison did back in the day. Come in, stall out, and then just sit there and pour rain and pour rain and pour rain. If
it ain't a 4, I'm not out the door. That's true.
Depends on where you're at. I mean, if you're like where I'm at, I ain't worried about any of it, to be honest with you.
No, because
Eastern North Carolina, we don't blink an eye with a Cat 1. No, I ain't going nowhere for. I'm far. I'm what? How far are we inland?
We're far enough inland. We'll get the wind and we did get with Ike. We did get some heavy wind up here, and we did get some rain, but mostly with Ike we got wind. Because I remember the morning after it hit, me, my ex-husband, and his new wife went driving into town to look at the damage. And we had trees. There were trees down. Of course, roads were flooded, so we had a time getting in back out of town. But, but like I said, Ike came in and went out. Harvey came in and parked. And right now, with these two hurricanes, they're saying that they're supposed to come in and move out. So that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, as long as they come in and then they move on out, then it shouldn't be too bad. It's when you start, even a tropical storm like Allison or Harvey that never reached hurricane status. If they come in and then park like both of those did, they can actually cause more problems than a Category 2, Category 3. Because they'll sit there and they'll just drop rain and drop rain.
That's when you have all the major flooding.
Yeah. And people got caught. I'm trying to think which one that was that so many people got caught in Houston when it, because nobody.
It was actually both of them. Because people in Houston, they said, okay, be prepared. But if you've lived in the city long enough, you know that if a tropical storm is going to hit, be prepared for flooding, no matter what.
Yeah.
If it comes in and goes out, you're going to have minor flooding, minor street flooding. We have minor street flooding up, where we're at.
I know one of them.
But right now, honestly, guys, we could use the rain.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this thing drops at least 3 to 4 inches, because the first 2 or 3 inches are going to be soaked right into the ground because the ground is so dry.
Yeah, I was noticing on Facebook here just in the last couple of days the sheriff up there where the cabin's at announced that burn ban for no outdoor burning because it done got so dry.
Yep. And that makes it hard on us.
Yeah, because we actually have quite a bit of stuff we need to burn right now. And that was actually kind of weighing in on my decision to not go up there this weekend because can't burn nothing. So that, it kind of ties our hands to a certain degree on how much we can do. When we start cutting up a bunch of wood, we got to do something with it somewhere. And to be honest with you, I'm setting on about as much wood as I want to set on. Now we start taking and doing those doing a few Dutch oven things. We may start burning up some more of that wood, and I definitely want to do that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to get in there and start. I was watching a guy today, and
well, you even watched him make a pizza.
Yeah, the guy made a pizza from scratch. So I was like, hey, and it looked pretty good. I mean, we've had a small, was that a number 10 Dutch oven now that we have here?
I think so, but you have what we're talking about is cast iron Dutch ovens, because they do make regular Dutch ovens in regular pots and pans and other than cast iron. But what we're talking about using is our cast iron Dutch oven.
We're big fans of cast iron. Cast iron just seems like everything gets better with cast iron.
According to him, even grilled cheese sandwiches are better.
Oh yeah. Well, we've got one of those flat griddles. Grab that over there. Actually, we got one, and I liked it so much, I bought a second one so we can have one here and have one at the cabin. Yeah.
Something I can use to pop him upside the head with.
Oh. But that's all it is. But we'll put tortillas on it, just heat tortilla up. Grilled cheese sandwich. Hey, that makes a great grilled cheese sandwich. They're quesadillas. Hey, quesadillas work pretty good on those.
Thank you, Jane, for visiting. Have a good week. And hopefully we'll see you next
Sunday. We do appreciate all, and we've had quite a few viewers that have come and joined the channel here of late. We do appreciate it. We actually need to wrap this up here. We've been on at it almost an hour right now, and I know people get tired of hearing us bump our gums after a while, so we are going to wrap this up. We do appreciate you watching. Remember to hit that thumbs up if you haven't already done so, and we'll catch you again real soon. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night, folks.